United Kingdom is a fertile EU country, with abundant grass to support dairy herds, with modern family farms, where dairy processors produce sustainable, safe, high-quality food. EU Dairy, naturally United Kingdom. The United Kingdom is an ideal region for dairy production. It starts with our cool, temperate climate with mild temperatures all year round and plenty of rainfall to grow rich pastures of fertile grass to feed our herds of dairy cows. Then there's our farming heritage. We've a long tradition of family-owned dairy farms passed on from father to son. So farming's in our blood. It's a way of life as well as a business. And it's a thoroughly modern business. Our farmers and processors invest heavily in the most modern processes and equipment. And regular checks by government departments such as the Department of Agriculture, Environment and Rural Affairs and by local authorities ensure our produce meets EU standards. We're also rigorous when it comes to the health and welfare of our animals. Government inspectors enforce all EU animal welfare regulations, but our farmers also adopt a voluntary code of practice to protect their stock. This code of practice ensures that all cattle are well fed and watered, that they are kept in a comfortable environment and in good health, that they are free from fear and stress, and that they are able to lead normal, healthy lives, living outside in clean, clear air, grazing nutritious grass, grown from our fertile soil. But today there are increasing global concerns about food security, food safety, and food authenticity. That's why EU regulations are designed to guarantee the safety, quality and authenticity of our dairy products. The United Kingdom operates a highly advanced food safety programme. Part of this programme, which relates to animal feed, has been developed by the Institute for Global Food Security at Queen's University in Belfast. And according to Professor Elliott from Queen's University, it not only meets all EU standards, it's actually the best in the world.
Above all else, it's vital that the dairy industry demonstrates that having a safe, high-integrity food system is their main responsibility and priority. So Food Fortress is an industry-wide initiative that allows our producers and processors to do just that. It delivers better, faster and lower-cost means of early detection of contaminations across the entire food chain. And this allows the dairy industry to promote our local, traceable, quality-assured dairy produce to new and existing customers with even greater confidence.
So traceability protects our food inputs and traceability monitors the animals on our farms. Within the United Kingdom, the births and movements of all cattle have been strictly monitored and recorded in Northern Ireland since 1997 by the Department of Agriculture through its Animal and Public Health Information System called APHIS. APHIS captures data on every animal, from its moment of birth to when it's slaughtered. We've been recording this information for nearly 20 years, so traceability is deeply embedded in our farming practices. Every litre of milk we produce is also traceable. So if you buy dairy products from the United Kingdom, records can tell you which farms the milk came from, even which individual animals were on those farms. This means that all milk products are fully traceable throughout the supply chain, both back to individual farms and through to the final customer. The EU's success as a food-growing region is built on sustainable farming practices that safeguard the natural environment. In the United Kingdom, our farms are handed down from father to son, with each generation protecting and enriching the land. We use an extensive grass-based system which is carbon-friendly, and our farms are monitored by government agencies to ensure they comply with the EU Nitrates Directive. We're even taking the lead with environmental initiatives. The Agri-Food and Biosciences Institute is conducting advanced research into greenhouse gases, animal husbandry and carbon neutrality. The results are incorporated into training for our dairy farmers and into an online resource called Bovis. Bovis allows dairy farmers to assess levels of greenhouse gas emissions from their farms and helps them implement farming practices that reduce emissions and save money. Our processors also maintain high EU environmental standards. They're monitored by government agencies so that they comply with EU regulations on water, noise and air quality. These measures help us to farm in a productive, sustainable way that protects our natural environment. Dairy farming systems that protect the environment can have advantages for the nutritional quality of the milk too. You see, the United Kingdom is one of only a few countries that feed grass as the main component in our cow's diet. And milk from grass-fed dairy cows contains more of certain healthy nutrients. So for example, the milk from our grass-fed cows is naturally richer in the beneficial fatty acids CLA and omega-3, and can have higher amounts of some vitamins like vitamin E. Excellent hygiene standards are important. Official controls are the responsibility of the Food Standards Agency, the UK's central competent authority for food and feed safety. The agency ensures that a comprehensive programme of inspections and audits is carried out in relation to raw milk supply, processing and distribution. This means that every farm and food processor is regularly audited to ensure EU hygiene regulations are complied with and to safeguard dairy produce.
The European Union legislation that governs the production of milk clearly sets out responsibilities for dairy farmers and processors to produce food safely. I believe that it is vital that the dairy industry protects the safety and traceability of milk and milk products. The Food Standards Agency puts consumers first in everything we do. Our role is to verify that food businesses are complying with their legal obligations to produce food that is both safe and what it says it is.
How can you be sure food bought from the EU meets all the necessary standards? Well, every food consignment we export outside the EU must be accompanied by an Animal Health Export Certificate. This important certificate proves that all the proper controls and food safety measures have been applied throughout the supply chain. The certificate is issued by a Department of Agriculture vet on behalf of the UK government before the consignment is exported. So it is your absolute guarantee of food quality and safety.
Only the Department of Agriculture's veterinarians and technical staff have the full knowledge and understanding of the entire food production chain from farm to fork. So they play a vital role in protecting the health and welfare of animals, the food produced by them, and of course the public health of the consumer. We do this through processes that involve inspections, auditing and enforcement. This means that any customer buying consignments of food for export can be assured that their product has been checked rigorously and inspected prior to certification. It's a cornerstone of maintaining our outstanding record of food quality and authenticity.
We want to develop long-term relationships with our customers, and we can guarantee you long-term sustainable supplies. Here's how. First, we've high rainfall, 270 days a year, so we've got plenty of water, and our ability to grow rich supplies of grass well into the future is assured. Second, our dairy farms are family owned, so knowledge, experience and care passes through each generation. Third, well-educated and well-trained people are coming into our farms and processing plants through the College of Agriculture, Food and Rural Enterprise. Fourth, our food security is the best in the world and is supported by a superb long-term traceability system. This is why you can be confident of guaranteed, sustainable supplies from the United Kingdom. So, welcome to the United Kingdom, an unspoiled environment where farming's a way of life and where our industry exceeds the EU's highest standards. EU Dairy, naturally United Kingdom. Campaign financed with aid from the European Union.